Hi everyone, this is Sean. Today is so emotional day. I went to the exam, took the exam. It was my last finals on Tuesday at 1 p.m. I finished the test. I was able to complete every single question on the test and was experienced God's love and accompany while taking the test. It was such wonderful experience for me. Although I don't think I do pretty well on that. Some question I only guess. But I was very happy that God was with me and I was able to study 10 hours before the exam with a friend that I met in class a week ago. Today I'm also a very emotional day. I received my final grade for my English class. I was always doing pretty well in English class. This is my third English class. I already finished 2 English class. In the previous 2 English class, I was so easy to get A. But this class, although every assignment I get 100 on it, and every major assignment I get 90% on it. By my final project, I only got 70%. And in fact, my letter grade, which I end up getting a B. I score 89, which is only 1% that I can get A. But something I think God is always teaching me is despite the fact that I was a little bit disappointed, but I know that God is in control. And He wants me to learn how to trust in Him and how to adjust. And knowing that I have a room for improvement, but also knowing that God is faithful. If this has happened last semester, I wouldn't be able to talk to you like this. I would be so sad and I would never go through this. But God also blessed me. Last week, I received my letter grade for my computer science class. It was one of the hardest class this semester, even I guess the top one hardest class this semester. But I got A, which is unexpectedly. I scored 100 on one of my midterms and got 100 on my finals. Looking back, it was one of the best experiences I've ever had. And God just teach me day by day from knowing Him to experiencing Him. So it's so wonderful to see that and to see how God just changed me, transformed me. I received a message, an email from one of my friends, and he's a professor in Taiwan and also in a medical school. He sent me a message and he sent me an email and he said, "How are you, brother Sean? How are you doing in Tucson?" It was such a wonderful conversation ever since. I share what I've learned and how God had changed me because he also a Christian. It's wonderful to hear from him and talk to him. And we also have mutual friends who is also a professor in U of A. And we had a good conversation through email. So that was just so wonderful to see that and to experience how God just loved me so much in those, small details that allowed me to experience His love. So I'm so beyond excited about the Christmas and about the excitement for the Christmas. And so excited to go back to Taiwan and to see my parents. It has been 1.5 years, haven't seen them. And I'm so excited to go back and to see them, say hi to them, and share what God has blessed me. Also, I wanted to talk to my pastor in Taiwan. I just heard from my pastor that he just got to Taiwan from LA, and in LA he actually went to FCBC Walnut, and so it was kind of surprising because our church in FCBC went to the mission trip YSMP back in summer, and so it was kind of amazing to see how my pastor went to that church. So I think a lot of things I just learned how to trust in God And before the finals, during the weekend, I actually prayed for one of my best friend, Ethan. And we pray through the phone call, we pray at the library, we study together, and we share our difficulties and how we can trust in God to overcome those difficulties. And so it was, looking back, it was one of the, I guess, memorable experience for both of us. And also for us to trust in God and to see how God has blessed us. So it was just so wonderful to share with you what my week has been and how my feeling of finishing finals. Tomorrow I'll writing a letter to my English professor regarding to my grade, because I believe that there's some problem with my grading, and because I believe that I'm doing pretty well on the final. But I don't know. But I will see how God leading me and see how He will help me to going through this season. And as I continue preparing to going back to Taiwan, I have about a week staying in Tucson. I haven't decided yet what to do, but right now I'm still adapting to the I guess the lifestyle, because I was so working so hard this semester, and all of a sudden I just released, and so feel so unreal. But I guess this is time also to relax and to also pray and also trust in God. And so I'm so excited. And I just wanted to let you guys know that Jesus loves you. And this is a wonderful season, especially this Christmas season, that you can spend time with family, and also to counting joy of God and how you have experienced His love. And I would encourage you, just write it down. I have a tradition where I always writing down what I think. It's kind of like a diary, but it kind of just records everything that you have experienced and what God has blessed you, so you can count the joys and count the grace. And so I think that's a wonderful ways that you can remember God has how God has blessed you. And when in a difficult times, you go back to the diary and to looking back what God has blessed you, and it kind of just help you to trust in Him more in those difficult situations, because oftentimes in those difficult situations it's so hard to trust in God, and those kind of just become an encouragement for you. And so I hope you kind of just if you can start to doing that, and I'm very encouraging you to do so. And so thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you have a wonderful Christmas.